I am here with John, T4G winner of the Ageing Society category. John, do you want to introduce yourself and what your company, what the winning product is all about?
Sure. Hi, my name is John Henderson. The name of the product and the company is Safe and Found Online. And basically it is a search and rescue tool for use by the police to find people who've been reported missing who are subject to a horrible condition, and the umbrella term for which is called dementia.
Yeah, I love this search and rescue idea. So you're leveraging technologies that are tried and tested and will be very familiar to a lot of people, which is basically GPS, navigation, being able to tell where people are with mobile devices, but you are making a critical connection
Absolutely.
Between that technology and the emergency services.
Indeed. I mean, if I could just start from basics, number one, I am not a tech person. I'm 59 years of age, so I've been using computers and technology for 30 years, but as a consumer, just like anybody else. I became involved in interest in people with dementia because both my parents, who are no longer with us, both live with the condition in the last few years of their lives. My dad in particular, on a regular basis, went missing. And so he lived in Glasgow, I worked in London and lived in Newcastle. So what I had to do was have conversations with the police force and say, can you go and find my dad, please? Now what that meant was they had to take information from me on the phone, I'll go round to my mum's house and get information from her. So that took 2 or 3 hours. Now luckily on the 3 occasions he went missing, he was found. But the police subsequently told me that we were very lucky. Now, what the police have developed is a system whereby carers and friends of people with dementia are asked to complete a very simple form called the Herb Protocol, pen and paper form, and it lists name, address, age, details of where they might go during the week, and where they used to work and where they used to go to school, because a characteristic of people with Alzheimer's, which is the most common form of dementia, for example, they will lose their short-term memory and gradually their memory from 5 years ago, from 10 years ago. So characteristically, they would perhaps live in the past 20 years, 30 years ago. Mm. So they will walk with a purpose and go, that walk might take them to where they used to live or where they used to go to school. So, that information is then collected, so when someone is reported missing, the police will say, right, they may be going to where they used to go to school. So there's not a search, and it's not a searching for a needle in a haystack. Now, what our product is essentially saying is, in the 21st century, why do the police have to rely on bits of paper? Shouldn't the police have that information immediately, because every second counts? Now, what our product does, it digitises all that information, and in addition links it to, as you quite rightly say, GPS technology. Because the thing about GPS technology is it doesn't lie. I'll give you an example. My dad used to say to me when he used to go for his walks, I went to here, I went to there, and I went to somewhere else. I knew for a fact he went nowhere like that. He thought he was there, but he wasn't. GPS doesn't lie. And another aspect of our little app is that it has historical information. And one of the issues about the GPS devices perhaps people have seen advertised or heard on the radio, well, what happens if you have a GPS device and you pin it to a jacket and you leave your jacket in a cafe? Or the GPS runs out of battery, or you lose it, okay? That information might be transmitted, it might be lost. So all that information is lost completely. We store that in your record online, and the police can access that information, but only on one occasion, and that is if you're reported missing.
So, in reality, what would the person have to carry? What would the family have to do to set up the system?
Right. Number one, to set the system up, it is a standalone website, so it's a bit like a Facebook page, if you like. So you fill in your profile, upload a photograph, all the information that the police need to go and look for you if you're reported missing, and then you download an app onto your phone, which is essentially, that's to your GPS. That's all it is. That's all it is at the moment.
And how do you encourage your parent to carry their phone with them and to keep it charged?
Well, one of the aspects about this, and that I want to encourage everybody, because the reason why I got involved in this is I'm a 7 years, maybe 8 years volunteer for the Alzheimer's Society, is that we as volunteers of the Alzheimer's Society and people that support people in the community with dementia, you can live well with dementia. You can live well with dementia. It's to encourage people to still live an active life. Okay, so have this like any other app. You put it in your mobile phone. I mean, people. I'm 59, like I mentioned. I've been having a mobile phone for 25 years. People get diagnosed with dementia at my age. It's not a problem. So you put your mobile phone in your pocket. It's just another app.
Habitual.
It's just another app. It's there. Hopefully you'll never ever have to use it. It'll never have to be used, because if it's never used, you never got lost and been reported missing to the police. So it's just there. It's not a big machine that flashes and says I've got a brain disease. It's there to help you live as independent a life as you possibly can.
So if people want to take advantage of this today, can they download it?
We're still not gone live yet. What we've done, we've spent 24 months now testing it with the police, because we want to make sure that the police are happy and know how this works, and we've designed it with the police, and we're just finishing designing it with people with dementia and their carers, because we want to make sure that our two main customers, which are the police and the users, which are the people with dementia and their carers, have had full input into the design of that. So we're just completing that. So we're now in October, and hopefully we'll be in a position in January of 2020 to launch initially in Cheshire and northwest of England, and then 6 months after that, if everything goes okay, we'll be launching nationally.
So I really, really hope that having won the T4G award is going to help you really advance the project, the service, and see that app in iOS and Android app stores at some point in 2020. Ideally, the sooner the better, really, for all of these people that will go walk about and hopefully be found safe and sound.
You're not the only one.
Thanks, John. Nice one.
Pleasure.